But people don't want to hear the truth because the truth hurts. But you grow from pain. You really do. You can't know how to deal with success. You can't know how to deal with failures. You can't know how to deal with the bumps in the road that if you haven't had a taste of everything. Okay? And once you remember that bitter taste in your mouth, you never want to feel that again.
You can't control the things that trigger you and the fact that you're going to feel afraid and you're going to feel doubt and you're going to feel uncertain. But you can always interrupt that feeling and take control in the moment and actually shift what you're thinking and shift how you behave. There's a 5-second window between the instincts, the shoulds, the urges, the inner wisdom, the things that can change your life if you listen to it. Got a 5-second window from the moment you feel that instinct to move. And if you don't, your brain is actually designed to kill it. 5 seconds is all you have. The second you hesitate, and you feel yourself hesitating, that is a moment of huge power, because what's happened is you've just started to pull back from something that you need to lean into. And if you count backwards 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and this is the neuroscience behind why this stupid little trick works, counting is an action. Counting backwards requires focus. It's also not a habit for you yet. So when you feel yourself hesitate, you're triggering your mind that something's up. Your mind now goes into a cognitive bias called the spotlight effect. It magnifies whatever it was that you hesitated doing. Like all of a sudden, you're like, hey, I don't feel like it. Like, I don't know, maybe I'll do it later. And your mind is doing it because your mind's trying to protect you.
Everything you got for the guy next to you. Behind you, in front of you. You gotta spill it and you will be rewarded.
Oh yeah, I got Ohio State. I honestly think Ohio State might end up being one of the best teams in the entire series this year. And you can mark my words right now.
Yeah, you said that last
I know. I'm gonna say it again.
Podcast. So yeah,
I'm gonna say it until they prove me wrong, and then I'm gonna act like I didn't. So you know.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and be a real dolphin right now to Ohio State, man. And I know they got all these guys and everything. They just think they're just so good, man. Yeah, Ohio State. We ain't gonna talk. We just gonna watch it all go down. Hey, man, this game, I'm supporting that boy Omari Harris. I hope Omari Harris, man, my little man's out here, man. I hope he have 20 receptions on Ohio State, man. Honestly, man. Yeah, I said I'm hating. And y'all can talk behind my back and say whatever you want to say to DM. I hope that Omari Harris, who stayed true to his TCU, not on a stacked team, I hope he comes out here and has an excellent first week here in the RFL, man. And I hope they get it done against Ohio State, the juggernaut, who's looking to compete for a national championship.
that's what they'll do. Victory formation for Ohio State. One of the more dominant performances here today. Clock hits 0, and that is the ball game. Ohio State wins it here. Final score 33-10. Solid game. What's your thoughts on this?
I don't know what happened here, because I'm shocked, but I'm not too, because I said last week or the week before, I think Ohio State might be the best team in this series altogether. I made that claim, and I'm gonna stick to it because they are playing great, and they showed it here. I don't. To me,
Yeah, it is.
if they
Yeah,
have
they're
one more
not-
win on
not
there,
really
they
a
should
number
be
7
above
school.
Georgia. To be honest with you,
You say what?
if it's not for all of these weird implications, and I know I'm not saying they're weird because they don't make sense. I'm just saying there's a lot of different implications that you look into. If it's my board,
Right.
I'm putting USC 1 and Ohio State's right below them at 2.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
no offense, Georgia, but you
Hey,
can't
I mean-
let Auburn have 31 points and expect to be the number 2 team. Like I just in my book, Ohio State's number 2. I would put Georgia at 3, more so of anything, and then North Carolina right below them. But I just think Ohio State's ranked way too low.
Have been up to debate would have been Baylor and Ohio State. Everything else would have had to fall in the place that it is.
Well, what he's saying, it's a good argument though. What he's saying.
Why would
No,
why
yeah, I
would
know.
Ohio State
But
skip
this-
all of you?
yeah.
Because the only
Yeah.
team they lost to is the number 1 team, and they've
This-
been killing everybody else. That's why.
And another thing too, like that I'm saying is like we know that there are better teams that they're ranked up. Ohio State. I do want to see them play tougher competition, which they will later on. And when they played tougher competition, they lost to it.
Hey, look, y'all gonna get this Ohio State work. Y'all gonna get this Buckeye work. Just calm down and just be happy they at number 7 right now. Ohio State ain't complaining. Trust me. They know what they doing. They know what they doing right now. You just better hope they higher than you so you don't have to match up against them, man. You know what I'm saying? But
Debates without
I'm not
that.
saying that all these teams are worse, like horribly worse than Ohio State, but like for everybody in this chat, like to tell me that out of all of the 1-loss teams, that Ohio State is the 5th best one. That's a lie, and you guys should all know that.
Yeah.
I mean, calling me a Wisconsin fanboy is the definition of you knowing I'm right, and you don't have an argument for me. Like
Smitty, way too early prediction. Monty Wyatt versus Asire Reese.
This is what I'm gonna say. In that matchup, I do feel like Georgia is going to win.
Okay.
I do feel like Georgia would beat Ohio State when they play each other because they do play each other on the season. I just really can't explain it, but I feel like in that matchup, if it comes down to the quarterback play consistency, even
Don't
though
be
Monty
quarterback.
Wyatt, most likely it will be. Even though Monty
It ain't gonna
Wyatt
be
has looked
Fulton
great,
Best.
I just
It's gonna
feel
be
like
it's gonna be Monty. It's gonna be Monty and no, it's gonna be Bryant and Asire versus
Monty
and Houston. And you better hope Brody don't get in there.
I can't wait for that matchup. That's going to be a great game. That's
gonna be a great game. Yeah,
I can't wait for that. It's like coming up soon. If not this week, it's next. I think it's week 8.
Next week. Yeah, week 8. Yeah.
So that's going to be
Asire's been talking about it, man. He's got commercials for it.
must look, to me, I feel it is an upset. Well, no, I think I was talking more so about the USC game. I can't remember, but I do still see this as a bit of an upset because of the way the game happened. Like, we did not expect
Sure.
UGA to get blown out by 17 points. I was not expecting that. If this was close, I wouldn't consider it upset. But this is an upset because they literally had these boys upset salty after this game. I mean, like 31-14. Who could
They were
expect
salty after
it?
this?
No, I'm just saying in general, not them. But like,
okay.
of course they were salty. And
Salty,
they had
they
to
were
be
quiet. They were running that
no
mouth
choice
for
but to be
about
salty
4
a little
days
bit.
before.
Boy.
But yeah, I would have to say this is one of the biggest wins. Well, yeah, one of the biggest wins of the season. Of course, I think the biggest win so far of the season is Notre Dame's win over USC. But hey, with this dub, do you think OSU is the real deal now, and should UGA be worried about even making the playoffs at how they performing? Now, I know when I see Bill's face, when I say the real deal, we know they're a great team. But do you feel like they're going to be a front-runner #1 team, I have to say?
Yes.
I reverted to that at the end of the season.
Yes. I was going to say, like, everybody got all mad at me like 2 weeks ago when I said Ohio State is a better team right now. Not that I don't like Georgia. I think Georgia's a great team, but I just think Ohio State is the better team this year out than between Georgia. I think they're the best team. And I got proven right. Like, this team is doing things that nobody saw do. Like, Georgia, yes, they've lost 2 games, but like you said, Smitty, to win by this much, this is a big game. OSU did what they've done all year long while everybody was sitting here, well, they're not playing the same teams. Oh, they're not doing this. So this isn't doing that. Now they did it against Georgia.
Yeah.
So what's the excuse now?
if you grew up a Buckeye, if you grew up in the great state of Ohio, or if you are a Buckeye now, this is the real one. This is the greatest rivalry in all of sport, not college football, all of sport.
If you take it to them and you keep taking it to them, hell, there's no question who wins.
You are at the door. The door is about to be kicked open on the other side. The air is rare. Don't take that now. Don't take it. Don't let that team stand in the way. Everything you got! You got one shot! Tighten your pinch strap a little tighter! Tighten your belt buckle here a little tighter! Cause it is time!
I just told you right there, and there's no other way around this. Just from that right there, thinking about that, we already know who is pretty much guaranteed to be the Final Four teams if Ohio State wins, as they should, and USC wins, right? So Ohio State would get in regardless from their victory. So from that's 3 teams, right? Miami, USC, and Ohio State. And of course, whoever wins West Virginia and Oklahoma will get in. So that's the 4 right there, guaranteed, if USC and Ohio State does what they're supposed to do. But Ohio State got their destiny in their own hands for real, more than I think anyone else. Just like USC, same boat. A game they should win to get them in.
Come with me now. Come with me now. Walk, come with me now. I'm gonna take you down. Walk, come with me now. I'm gonna show you how. Walk, come with me now. I'm gonna take you down. Walk, come with me now. I'm gonna show you how. Afraid to lose control and caught up in this world. I've wasted time, I've wasted breath. I think I've thought myself to death. I was born without this fear. Now only this seems clear. I need to move, I need to fight. I need to lose myself tonight. Walk, go with me now. I'm gonna take you down. Walk, go with me now. I'm gonna show you how. I think with my heart and I move with my head. I open my mouth and it's something I've read. I've stood at the store before I'm told, but a part of me knows that I'm going too old. Confused what I thought with something I felt. Confused what I feel with something that's real. I tried to sell my soul last night. Funny, he wouldn't even take a bite. Far away, I heard him say, come with me now. Don't delay. I heard him say, come with me now. Far away, I heard him say, come with me now. Don't delay. I heard him say, come with me now. Walk, go with me now. I'm gonna take you down. Walk, go with me now. I'm gonna show you how. Afraid to lose control, caught up in this world. I've wasted time, I've wasted breath. I think I thought myself to death. I was born without this fear. Only this seems clear. I need to move, I need to fight. I need to lose myself tonight. Walk, go with me now. Walk, go with me now. I'm gonna take you down. Walk, go with me now.
Is there any team that you guys didn't get to face that you would have liked to see you guys up against, or that you may have not faced yet, or just didn't get to face during the season?
Now, the team that we didn't play this year, of who it looks like we're going to play.
You better bring up this team.
Yeah, that's what the question was for. It was a little job to see.
This is the team that we're all waiting for, because we know we are about to play them, and we're definitely very excited to play Miami, because we know how tough that team is.
Was this? Are we gonna see you guys take the Big Ten chip this year and be a top team all year, and then next year just be an average team? Or is this a guaranteed top of the Big Ten type of stance that y'all taking this year?
I'm just going to say it's going to be a guarantee, whether it's this season or the next. We will all be wearing these hats
Oh man.
when the year is done.
Okay, all right.
Calling it.
I gotta give
And the final game of the bowl games for the final spot on who's going to play in the national championship, Ohio State and Miami. You wanted to see these guys in the national championship. These guys are going to be seeing each other in the first round. Who do you think wins?
Sorry, Miami. I think Ohio State's going to win it. I do. I think that Miami is just as good of a team as Ohio State, but I'm going to go back to it again. And I know you guys are going to call me a skipping record, whatever, or hater. I think there is just too much inconsistency with the turnovers that we've seen throughout the season. And I think this is the exact thing that Ohio State can feed on. And we know how good that defense can be when they get rolling. So I'm going to go with Ohio State.
But if I have to choose, which I do, I'm just gonna go with Miami. It's hard to even say that, but I do feel like the defense is going to do enough to help them win this game again. And if Miami's offense is they cannot be too inconsistent in this game. I think because of how great Miami's defense is, they can afford to have some mishaps, but they cannot have nearly as many mistakes as they did in the last game in the ACC championship game against North Carolina. That did raise some concerns, but at the same time, Ohio State did struggle against Michigan too in that game. So both teams, nobody's looking better than the other coming in here. But I just feel like Miami's defense just gives them the slight edge here with the home field advantage. So I'm going to go with the Hurricanes.
8:30 p.m. Eastern time on Monday night, the Orange Bowl, Ohio State versus Miami. Yeah, you could say it's a home game for Miami. Okay. You could also say that they deserve a home game for their performance throughout the season. What I will say about this game, the winner, in my mind, wins the national championship. I have all season long thought that Miami and Ohio State were the two best teams. I hate the fact that they're playing in the first round. I hate the fact that these are the 1 and the 4 seeds. I would have liked to have seen Ohio State on that 2-3 line, but I get it. Ohio State's 2 losses were to Oklahoma and USC. So how can you put Ohio State ahead of them on that line? Fine. It's unfortunate, I think, for all of us fans of this college series, because I think we all want to see Ohio State Miami in the national championship game. We're not going to get to see that. What we are going to get to see is a first round classic between the Buckeyes and the Hurricanes. And so in a game like this, where Ohio State's offense, it's almost like the unstoppable force versus the immovable object, right? Ohio State's offense is legit. And Miami's defense is legit. So I think it's going to come down to Miami's offense versus Ohio State's defense, and what can Hodge do on the ground against Ohio State.
Ohio State upsets Miami 10-6 to advance to the national championship to take on USC. Unbelievable. What a game. What a game. What a game. Literally no points scored at all in the second half. That's how defensive this game was. Full of exciting plays still. But Ohio State holds on and snaps the streak of Miami and sends them home in the Orange Bowl. Final score 10-6. Man, the defenses, I expected the game to be low. I'm going to be honest. For Miami, I just knew that they weren't going to be able to score as much points against Ohio State's defense. I just knew that. I gave Miami the nod because I thought their defense would be that superb still to be able to shut down Ohio State's offense, which in a sense they kind of still did. They kept them out of the end zone. I could say that. They kept them out of the end zone. It was a great battle, a great offensive and defensive battle between Ohio State, but it was Ohio State's defense that shut down the Miami Hurricanes. What is your predictions in this game, Keys? Anything you want to say about this game before going in it here on Saturday?
If gun to my head, I'm taking Ohio State to win this game. I think the best way for them to win is going to be for Brock Fultz to have a solid day on the ground, take some of the pressure off Monty Wyatt. If they can establish some kind of a ground game, I think that will open up the air attack a little bit. Regardless of who it is, whether it's Caleb Houston, whether it's Patrick Connery, Ohio State has the weapons. How often do we see in big games like this, it comes down to somebody on the defensive side making a big play towards the end of the game, whether it's a sack of the quarterback, whether it's a goal line stand, whether it's a forced fumble, whether it's an interception, a tipped pass, whatever it is. I think when this game is over, we're all going to look back and we're going to say it all hinged on one play, and that one play was made by somebody on the defensive side of the ball. And for my money, I think Ohio State has the better defense. I give them that edge in this game. I'll take Ohio State to win this one 31-28.
Me, I'm going to go, of course, the opposite way, man. I think Calvin Poole, to me, is showing me already all I needed to know early within this season that he's got the capability of beating down some teams. When I look at Ohio State, their defense played outstanding against Miami, but that's an offense that struggles. They played Calvin Poole and USC before, and they struggled against Calvin Poole. Calvin Poole still had himself a game, let his team down, got the victory. And so when I look at this, I just think that it's going to be like this could definitely go either way, but I'm more so on the side of, like you said, USC not changing who they are, not changing what they do, because they've been the most consistent team at doing what they do. The only way, in my opinion, that I see Ohio State winning this game is for them to somehow find a way to pressure Calvin Poole. And the guy that needs to step up and do that is the guy who led the nation in sacks, and that is Keegan Meyer Jr. If he could get back there, cause some ruckus, get back there to Calvin Poole, and shut down this offense, or at least pressure and slow it down, that's all they need to do, because they got the offense to be able to make some big things happen. It's also going to come down to Monty Wyatt. If we're comparing quarterbacks, who's going to be consistent, who's not going to make the mistakes, we know who's not going to make the mistakes. Calvin Poole is going to be that guy. Monty Wyatt has got to be able to show him up in this game in order to have a chance of winning. Do I think he's going to do that? I say no. And that's why I think that USC is going to be able to win this game.
Some legends are told, some turn to dust or to gold, but you will remember me for centuries. Just one mistake is all it will take. We'll go down in history. Remember me for centuries. Remember me for centuries.
about the 3. And down at the 30, and that's the game. Ohio State is able to beat USC and win the 3rd ever RFL College Series National Championship. Shout out to the Ohio State guys that are in the chat. You are national champions.
Trying so hard not to let it show, but you got me feeling like I'm stepping on buildings, cars and boats. I swear I could touch the sky. Oh, I'm 10 feet tall. I'm 10 feet tall. Careful, so don't be afraid. You're safe here. No, these odds won't let you break. I put up a sign in the clouds so they all know that we ain't ever coming down. I'm trying so hard not to let it show, but you got me feeling like I'm stepping on buildings, cars and boats. I swear I could touch the sky. I'm 10 feet tall. I'm 10 feet make me what I never was. You build me up from nothing into something. Yeah, something from the dust. Been trying so hard not to let it show.